The following podcast contains real reviews and the ridiculous reactions of two would-be oracles of the internet. The opinions expressed and presented are mere musings, so please humor their hijinks with a laugh and not by taking anything they say seriously. Seriously.
Hello and welcome to ReviewParty.com. I'm Brent.
I am Matt.
We are a podcast. We are on the internet. We read internet reviews. Afterwards, we have a laugh. Perhaps participate in some banter.
Mm-hmm.
Google's there. Jeff Bezos stops by sometimes. The Colonel. It's a good time. I pretty much covered it, right? That's the vibe.
Colonel Sanders, or?
Yeah, we love him. Friend of the pod.
We do, yeah.
Well, no, actually, we kind of don't fuck with him, but...
Well, he's a terrible person, but we enjoy that he went to KFC restaurants and is like, this gravy's crap.
Friend of the podcast, no. Frequent magnifying glass subject of the podcast, perhaps.
Yeah.
But yeah, we look at internet reviews, we talk about them, we read them. You've probably been here before. You're probably chomping at the bit for that first review. I could do it. You could do it. We all could do it.
Yeah, I got one that's jumping out. This feels like a traditional ReviewParty.com review. This is an Amazon review for the Watermelon Ball, the original pool toys for kids ages 8 to 12, 9-inch pool ball for teens, adults, family, pool games, pool toys, fun swimming pool games, water football, tag, diving, and beach ball play.
It's a diving ball? It's a heavy ball.
This is a ball. It looks like a watermelon. Mm-hmm. According to at least the reviews that I skimmed, it's filled with both some air and some water, such that it can sort of sink to the bottom, and you can like dribble it underwater like a basketball and throw it underwater, but it will also float as if it were a watermelon.
Yeah, half buoyant, perhaps.
Yeah, it's somewhat buoyant. And here is a review from Amazon user Rebosh. They title their review, Dangerous. And right. Not for children. It is heavy and landed on my 10-year-old son. He was dizzy and his neck hurt. Kids are kids, and you can tell them a toy can be dangerous. They just don't know how heavy it really is. My son might not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but how many 10-year-olds are 1 star?
When I was probably about 10 years old on the elementary school playground, me and my friends were roughhousing. I got pushed off a swing, like, what do you call it? Tabletopped over a swing.
Ooh. Oh, no, okay.
Yeah, I got pushed and the swing was behind me and I flipped over it.
Oh.
I think it was in the snow. It was all laughs until my friend picked up a giant ice crush thing. Ooh. And meant to jokingly smash it next to my head while I was on the ground.
Don't you, bro?
Very close. What he did is a corner of it pressed my ear. Ooh. The top part of my ear, like, crushed it between the ice. And it's like the sort of thing where you're just startled and you're like, you have that war movie, like,
yes.
And you think you're fine. You're just sort of scared, and your buddy's like, I'm sorry. And you're like, no, I think I'm good. Then you feel your ear, and it's just blood. It's just.
Yeah, oof. It's humming.
The thought that came to mind is like, my ear is going to be so ugly. But it healed fine. I don't think you could notice. I don't even know where it happened. But it was scary.
Sure, yeah.
So that is to say, is ice not for children? Should we ban snow?
Even if you warn them, they don't know how dangerous, heavy that ice is going to be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you got to let the kids jump over the bonfire so they, get their shoe caught in it.
Get a little burn the hairs off their butt cheeks.
Right. Lessons need to be learnt the hard way, that You just got to use tools properly.
Yeah, sometimes you jump off of something you shouldn't have jumped off of. It's a little too tall to be jumping off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, dang, you almost crack your ankle.
Oh, I used to, in the first home my family, we had, it was a bi-level. Is that where it's like the entranceway is sort of its own level and you would go up or down from there?
Yes.
And I would jump from the bi-level into the basement, which was like a nice finished basement. But I would just do that all the time. And probably just, one day I was the half pound heavier than I was the last time I jumped.
Mm-hmm.
And it was too much. And oh boy, did I sprain my ankle on that fall.
Oh, yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, my cousin, same thing. Jumped down our stairs playing Power Rangers or something.
Mm-hmm.
Sprained ankle. We're all like, you're supposed to be playing nurse anyway. Fix yourself.
Then he put dirt in his eye and started screaming at him in tongues.
Play be play.
Every kid's got to have an Icarus moment, right? Everyone's got to fly a little too close to that sun. Lessons don't get learned otherwise.
Yeah, so your kid got knocked on the noggin by a big old watermelon ball.
Which does bring me back to his neck hurt and he was dizzy. Did you take him to the hospital?
Yeah, that'd be good to know.
The dizzy is scary.
Was the boy concussed?
Was the boy? Did you let him take a long nap afterwards? I hope not.
He just laid by the pool for hours?
And they just kept hitting him in the head with a watermelon to wake him up, but that damn product just didn't work.
Didn't even budge.
Another story before we move on. Quick one. One time I was riding down a hill on my stomach on a skateboard and I hit my chin on the ground and got stitches.
Ooh.
We didn't give that skateboard a 1-star review. We gave my dumbass child brain a 1-star review. I learned a lesson and now I don't do that anymore.
Right? Yeah, it's trial and error, part of growing up, finding your way. Sometimes the luge board that your friend made out of a skateboard and a 2x4 and other scrap wood and a piece of old carpet isn't really safe.
It makes me think, if you're teaching your kid cooking and they nick themselves with a knife, would it be the knife's fault?
Right. I burned myself on the oven not 2 weeks ago, but am I going to give the oven a bad review? No, I'm going to think I'm an idiot.
One of the worst scars I have in my life is, just a burned line on my forearm from when I got a little too frisky grabbing for that pizza out of the oven. Didn't throw the oven away, just went, ow, and put it under the sink.
Can't recommend this oven for children or adults. It's dangerous.
Prone to error. This thing is an error magnet. All right. When I have a review, I don't know why. I never give any thought into what review I bring when, so I guess this one is calling to my heart. Let me click on it. This is from Amazon for the What on Earth Shark Attack Sushi Plate hand-painted ceramic serving tray with soy sauce holder and funny chopsticks rest fish serving platter. It's a sushi plate with a ceramic shark tail coming out of one end and a ceramic jaws head out of the other with you could use it as a sushi or a soy sauce bowl, I suppose.
I'm sure it really is hand painted too.
The hand is emphasized with 2 dashes on either side, which is why I emphasized it such, so I hope so. Although I do not like the way you rest the chopsticks on the tail, for the record. Anyway, don't take it from my review. That's not what this is about. It is about Bruce M. Saneholtz's review. They title it Fun Product. Very fun and original product. I purchased 2 of them. They are well made and durable. They are very fun and functional sushi plates. I have received a lot of compliments on them from everyone who has seen them. The only thing that prevents me from giving the plate a 5-star rating is it is a little difficult to store due to the odd shape. If you have room in your kitchen, I guess it's not much of an issue. However, if you are short on storage space, this plate may not be for you. Aside from that issue, I highly recommend the plate 4 stars.
Yeah, that,
So, you fucked around and bought a novelty plate.
Much like a 10-pound watermelon ball that crushes your head, I'm not going to blame the ball, nor am I going to blame this shark-based sushi plate.
These pictures are, a lot of Amazon pictures are facetious, are photoshopped, very blatantly, not even trying to hide it, I think. I don't feel like there's anything trying to be hidden from this sushi plate in these pictures.
You're saying it was very clear that there were protrusions of shark parts arising from this plate?
I might even say that is the most highly marketed feature.
Such protrusions that it might be difficult to store said plate?
It's not going to stack, and it's rectangle. Oh. Unless you got a whole set of rectangle sushi plates, what do you think you're getting yourself into?
This is a display piece now.
Actually, now that you mention it, the first 2 pictures of you review this images are just the shark plate. I think just for size. Then actually, I'll send you this one. This is this lovely smattering that someone posted. Nicole Gonzalez. Way too stinking cute. They titled their review. She posted a picture, and it looks better than the Amazon pictures.
That's amazing.
She's got the like a side cut octopus tentacle. That actually looks so tasty. Shout out
That's
Nicole.
incredible.
Looks great. Yeah, but after that, it's just a shark in front of a bunch of booze on a bar. I'll send that to Matt, see what he makes of it.
Okay. I'm wondering about the shark's anatomy.
Sure.
Or its intent. Like, this seems very almost dolphin or mermaid-like for the shark to be sticking its tail up while its head is out.
Sharks don't lackadaisically lounge on their back and like yawn up at the... It must be 2 different sharks going on. This the shark that's going with his he's not coming up to bite like Jaws. I think he's
getting goosed or something.
Yeah, I think he might be getting the the doc-ock.
Somebody's doing a little tingle on him.
Oh yeah, that other that's his little partner's or some sort of little court gestures tail coming up, not his. Nibbling on something he shouldn't be down there.
Boop, boop. Hello.
Yeah, and then Brucey is well, his mouth is agape. He's screaming in pain or pleasure, whatever's happened. Probably a combination. You drown him with soy sauce. Actually, I wouldn't mind going that way. Just being held down, soy sauced up, waterboarded with soy sauce.
Mm-hmm. You'd be ever so thirsty.
I'm going to send one more picture to Matt, and I'll read the review as he drinks this in. There we go. Barbie buyer, verified purchase. Mine didn't leak. The shark platter is great, bigger than I expected. TV remote included for the pick in the pick for scale. Have not used yet, so I cannot weigh in on the seeping soy sauce from the reviews. However, when I was washing, I did leave water in the head a while for a test.
Oh.
The one I have did not leak. This is a perfect addition to your Shark Week celebration. It'll be on our table. 5 stars.
Do people still make that big of a deal of Shark Week?
I guess so. Actually, friend of the show, Marvel Snap, is doing some Shark Week themed cosmetics coming up, I'm pretty sure. So
why not?
I guess it's still a cultural phenomenon in our streamer era.
Maybe I've left the demographic where it appeals to me, and at some point I will re-enter the demographic where it appeals to me again.
Yeah, I think once you have a child and they're probably like 1.5, and you got to kind of do stuff like watch Shark Week because you're just in your house changing diapers. Probably wrong.
I like this application of the shark tray, though. I do notice, boy, that water looks much more washed out on that one than the previous pictures.
Oh.
That said, I do think that this is like in your entryway. You throw your keys in the shark's mouth, your wallet in the middle.
hanging the keys on the tail and something in the mouth.
Your little valet.
That is a vibe. Look at that. I was going to make fun of these people using it for alternate usage, and they're better than me. Yeah. Do you have a review?
Yeah. Let's see what I got here. I have a review that was sent to us by Eric, friend of the podcast, friend of no doubt all the teeth that sharks have in their mouths. This is a Google review for the Chavarri Palace. It's a historical place in Spain. Google tells me it's a former palace built in the late 19th century and known for its unique color and other design elements. The building looks very...
Excuse me, how noteworthy are they if they're other?
Yeah, I don't know. It looks kind of... doesn't... The color? I don't know what's going on. We got 2 reviews from this building. I'll start with a short one. Lionel writes, "Nice building, but in all honesty, it looks pretty much like any other." I can send you a picture of the picture that Lionel actually attached to their review.
I hate when I go to building and it looks like building, bro. I mean, you can't argue with the guy, but it's fancy looking now that I see it. Yeah, the color is not really there. It looks pretty washed, but I mean, it does look old and fancy, and there's a nice garden out front. I mean, I'm not dressed to enter that building right now, I'll tell you that.
Did I say 3 stars? I would give it more than 3 stars. It's doing a better building job than just 3 stars.
Yeah, just on aesthetics, if we're just looking at aesthetics, this is a 4.5 type building.
Well kept up, yeah.
I think, yeah.
Now, moving to the main review, this comes to us from Chavarri Palace. This was translated from Spanish, or there's a part at the end that wasn't translated that I Googled, and it looks like it's coming from Basque, which is like fancy Spanish.
Oh.
But it all seems to flow and make sense pretty well. So, Camila writes, "Very nice and very cool building, 10 exclamation points, both inside and out, like my boyfriend. It has very stately rooms in which it seems that you are in Downton Abbey. Highly recommended for posture and to look cool and posh. Furthermore, the officials who work in the building are very friendly and pleasant. Specifically, I had a bit of a chat with one of the kids who works there. Therefore, you have to visit the building. Why, so much the architecture, the furniture, and the men there are very good. A-OK sign, OK sign, OK sign, Aupa Zuek, which is Basque for hello there." 5 stars.
They're like nondescript, cool word, like huepa in Puerto Rican. You just be shouting that. Puerto Ricans are gonna come and be like, "Don't shout that, bro." Bro, you don't just shout that. I would actually love to be informed. If you got a cool definition of huepa, send that over. But anyway, as much as the mention of the hot men around the building, we can only assume good men, good, strong, built men. The boyfriend, the inside and out. I think we usually kind of look down upon people like sort of PDAing through text on the internet.
Right, yeah, my smoke show wife, and I enjoyed some nice shrimp cocktail here.
Yeah, it usually comes off kind of weird, but here, I don't know, it made me kind of jealous. My partner's not writing reviews and like dropping little nuggets about how nice I am in them.
Oh.
Wouldn't that make you feel? That one made me feel kind of like,
that would
nice.
Make me feel good, yeah. I guess the closest thing I've got to that I know of is just like a mention in a cast bio and a playbell.
Oh yeah, that's always nice when
that makes you feel good.
No one sees a play without reading the little cast thingies.
Yeah, you're like, ooh, they're reading and I'm getting mentioned. Ooh.
Oh.
But in a review for everyone to see, yeah.
Oh yeah, they're reading the playbills. They read before. Matt, I bet he's a strapping young lad. And then they see you bring the flowers after this. I bet that's Matt. Oh, what a dreamboat. That's just nice.
Yeah.
Why don't you ever bring me flowers, Harold? You don't leave the house, woman.
Oh, all those blue hairs. Yeah, the matinee special.
Is the stereotype true? Is the matinee? Because I'm such a matinee goer. I think just because of my love of the night.
Yeah. Love a free Friday and Saturday night. Absolutely.
Right. You can't give those up. You go, Sunday, I ain't got nothing going on Sunday afternoon, bro. Get out, go have some brunch, go to a show. That's my kind of afternoon. And it's cheaper. Psh, get out of town.
But, yeah, you'll probably be there with some blue hairs because they don't want to drive in the dark. Sometimes they can't stay up late.
Or, this show's going to go till 8:30. Oof.
Oh.
Ooh, actually, 8:30 I feel like is so early for a show to get out to.
Yeah, that's
the first show. We got to get out of here early. Not really, but let's go take a break.
Let's go. Hey everybody, thank you for listening to our lovely little podcast. If you'd like to go above and beyond in supporting our show, or have the most fabulous conversation starter since sliced bread, go to reviewparty.com. Click on shop and explore some fabulous t-shirt designs.
Where's your favorite place to wear a t-shirt?
On my body.
Mine is at the store.
That is a good place to wear a t-shirt. Reviewparty.com. Click shop.
Why stop there?
Don't stop now.
Don't stop me now, because I'm buying a t-shirt. I'm buying a shirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second half of the episode, and welcome to... Aww. Thanks, Abby.
Oh, it's been a minute since we've met Miss Abby, hasn't it?
Yeah. Thanks, Abby is the segment where I just read the newspaper and find some Dear Abbeys that sound kind of fun, and I repurpose them for the show. It's kind of like we're reading reviews and reacting to them, only the reviews are like people's confessions of the problems they have in their lives, looking for advice from a woman.
And I think much like Peterman catalog segment, it's nice because it's a professional, quote unquote, reviewing something, right?
It's true.
Usually we get some dinguses talking about how hot their man is at the building, or about how the building's too boring for them, or whatever. But yeah, someone who gets paid to write, reviewing their content feels pretty good.
Yeah, so I've got just 2 today, but I think that'll be enough for us to chew on for a bit. Particularly this first one. We're getting a heartfelt story here. This is the leader of the Dear Abby. Dear Abbeys usually contain like 2 or 3, depending on length. And this one gets that lead line of cruel words add pain to loss of companion. Dear Abby, my cat recently passed away, and it has devastated me. He was my emotional support during some of the hardest times of my life. Relationships ending, moving to different states, deaths in my family, lonely nights battling depression. My cat was my one constant source of peace and companionship. I miss him dearly. When I mentioned to some friends that I looked forward to reuniting with him one day in the, quote, hereafter, a religious friend scoffed and laughed. She then proceeded to tell me cats do not have souls, and I shouldn't get my hopes up of ever seeing him again. I managed a small shrug and changed the subject.
Oh, jeez.
But on the drive home, I was depressed, thinking about what she'd said. Upon further research, I found that, according to Catholicism, she was correct, and animals do not have souls, which has made me heartbroken all over again. Should I consult a religious advisor or continue believing I'll see my cat again? I have to think that people who have no friends or family but do have beloved pets will be reunited with them. Lots of times our pets are the only family we have. Missing my cat in Georgia. You have anything to say? We want Abby's response.
I am very curious to how Abby handles this sort of delicate.
Yeah.
The answer is very obvious, right? That lady sucks. That lady's a bitch. But like the whole, adding to the religious aspect, you don't want to make this lady feel bad about her belief system. It's very. So I'm curious of that. But I will say, shout outs to my favorite. I don't know, satanic film series, All Dogs Go to Heaven. Let's go, baby.
Right. All right, let's see how Abby walks this tightrope. Dear Missing, your friend was insensitive to deny you the comfort of believing your soul would be reunited with that of your beloved kitty. There are many religions, and not all of them subscribe to the same philosophies. If you need reassurance, discuss this with your own religious advisor, who, I am sure, has had a similar conversation with many members of his flock. P.S. My personal philosophy is that my soul will be reunited with any soul I wish once I have shed this earthly shell.
Hell yeah.
Abby's like, your soul can do whatever your soul want.
Abby said, you have the power. You were created in his image. Guess what? You got magic tricks. Your soul's flying around, kissing on all types of other souls if you want.
Whoa.
See, my soul, I don't want to see any other souls. That's what my soul desires. I'm going to
be... Just a happy little soul hole.
Just a purgatory of my own, right? I think the terrifying idea is that you have to spend purgatory with other purgatoriers.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of boring dudes. Let me be boring by myself. But anyway, no, that's great advice. She handled it very delicately, right? Yeah. Didn't say too much.
Yeah, you don't want to give this person too much to think about because they're already thinking about a lot.
No, they're having a rough time, and
man,
I'm not I'm not the biggest pet person, but I don't know, the way I've seen pets enrich people's lives, like. You can't take that away from them. How much they're a family member, the times they've been through, Well, animals really feel that stuff. Dogs especially are so sympathetic. Empathetic. More than a lot of humans. That's what really I think is the point.
Tender, loving creatures.
Right.
Unlike this person's friend who's like, the best way to liven up this dinner party is to crush your one source of comfort. You're not going to see your cat again.
I'm an elitist nerd. I hold so many opinions so dearly that I have expressed to my friends in undelicate ways and made them feel bad,
Mm-hmm.
But that's about fucking anime and video games, dude. Shit that does not matter. Whether I believe in souls and stuff is up in the air. I won't get into that, but I would never, ever have a friend saying that, even if I thought it was the craziest shit ever, if they were in mourning, you just gotta be like, yeah, and rub their shoulder like, oh yeah, it's basic human stuff. No one's gotta even teach you that.
You don't need to actually that. Your cat doesn't have a soul.
Save the actuallys for the MCU debates, not the mourning friends.
Oh god, yeah, it's just that this person admitted that they managed a small shrug.
I think, how do you feel in that moment? You're trying to tell your friend, everyone's telling you, talk about your problems, and this is a person you trust, and they're just like, don't count on it, bud. They are dusted. Purgatory at best is all I'm saying, cuz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. And props to her for not going to anger in that moment, because I think that would have been very justified to just say, fuck off. But no, a better person than I suppose.
On that particular note, I'll move to my second one. Dear Abby, I have worked with a guy in some capacity for more than 25 years now. He thinks he's a comedian and plans elaborate schemes to deploy his jokes, or pranks, which fail 100% of the time. Worse, he repeats them in case you didn't hear them. I find this all annoying, but I don't want to be unkind to him. He's a good person overall, but this is truly taxing. I have stopped fake laughing and walk away when I can, but it's getting harder and harder to tolerate. What should I do? Not funny in the East.
I got 2 letters for you.
Yeah.
HR.
Ooh.
If bro had this pattern of annoyance, and I'm not big on pranks anymore. A little spontaneous gotcha moment. Haha. Oh, I was in here, you didn't notice, and I go, ha. You know, sure. But much like murder, you know, I'm not into the 1st degree pranks. 3rd degree pranks, innocent. Anyway, let's see what the expert has to say.
Dear not funny. The next time this happens, do not react. If you remain stone-faced, it may discourage him. Alternatively, when he repeats a joke, tell him you heard it the first time. Full stop.
That rules.
Yeah, he's not playing around.
Yeah, I didn't think that I heard it the first time. That's a crushing line.
They're like, if you're just sitting there stone-faced when Chuck is like, the horse's name was Friday.
It's hard for me to have second-hand embarrassment more, especially when I'm the person trying to clamp it, because I'm such. I like to think of myself as such a court gesture. I never like to be the fun police, but like it's never more awkward than when you tell like you're trying to express something that's not funny, and they in turn blast it back at you. I feel like that's the only option we would have. Like, what's not funny about it? Well, it's a good joke. Like, they put it on you that it's not funny. Is the only. I hate that. Were you offended? No, it's just not.
It ain't there.
There's nothing funny. Why not? It's just, where's the punchline? That's what I always feel like. Where was the punchline? Can you explain to me the punchline, the setup here?
Oh my god! Yeah.
Well, I pretended to shit my pants in front of you, so pretty funny. I don't know.
Yeah, this is reminding me of a guy I have done some local theater with who.
I think I might have heard a story or two of this guy, if I'm not mistaken.
God, like he will tell jokes. He will try to tell jokes or puns, and they won't even be like. I got your email. It was very fresh because of the attachments. And that's honestly, that's so much better than even what he comes up with.
Right. And the irony that you're steeping it in makes it where he probably does not have access to that for whatever reason. It's making me think of a tweet I saw. Best podcast content. This tweet I saw, it said, all right, mission 1 failed. Joke did not land. Commence mission 2. Be normal about joke not landing. And that's what's missing, right? This person has no effort to be normal about a joke not landing.
Your primary directive, you have not met it. You need to change course.
Right. The sub objectives start to come into play there. All right, joke didn't land. That's fine. Let's not be fucking weird for 5 minutes.
Fall back.
And we can try again. We can try something a little more open marketed, you know. Some more, or maybe we'll try some cheeseburger humor next. People are like that these days. But yeah, you can't go for punchline X2.
No buns about it. And he'll do that. I'm like, God, man, yeah.
He unironically does the huh?
It's just bad. I can't.
He kind of watches a lot of Family Guy type guy.
I don't know what he does, man. He like.
What's this guy up to, man?
He does theater, but he also like quote unquote models. I muted his stories on Instagram because let me see. How many does he have at the moment? Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Oh,
11,
it's
12,
the
13, 14, 15,
perpetual.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. It's probably 50 from the last day. Yeah, he's insufferable, but he's a nice guy. It's exactly like this Dear Abby. You know he's not a horrible person, but he's insufferable.
Yeah.
And if you're listening, I'm sorry, man. But you're not listening.
If he's listening, he hasn't made that far. We didn't go after any jokes.
Right, it's all a joke, dude. Don't worry about it.
Right, the disclaimer.
We're joking. We're joking.
We're disclaimer. Nothing serious. But it all just brings me back to HR. To avoid all this awkwardness, I would simply say this guy is bugging the shit out of me.
You put up with this man for 25 years?
Yep.
Holy cow.
Right, if you lead with that in HR too, they can't discount your experience, right? 25 years. Well, maybe only to say, like, you've just hung out with this guy for 25 years. Like, that's not natural. You know, you just aren't sick of him. But no, I tend to, it sounds pretty valid what was going on there for sure. Is that our Abigail for the week?
That's our Abigail.
Those are some good ones. Beefy. Beef of theirs, short but dense, those ones, I think. A lot of chew.
Yeah, I thought we would chew on them for a bit, like a good old Johnsonville sausage.
The snap in the
Polish
bite.
sausage with some bite.
Polish sausage. I have a review for... Yeah, let's do it. IMDb. 2 guys, a girl, and a pizza place.
Ooh.
I don't remember specifically why I got this one.Maybe I was looking at Ryan Reynolds stuff and thought it would be funny.
That's right. That's what that is. That's why I know that.
The Ryan Reynolds was in a show. It's the kind of show, it seemed popular, but I didn't know anyone watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Type of show. 1998 to 2001. Wow. This was coming out when we were in like 2nd grade. Anyway, I was rewatching this. Titles Jim WT66. He writes, and even back when it was live on air, I thought Reynolds was quite the funny guy. I was bummed when the show ended and he moved on. I liked the show because it was just super pure goofy fun. No point to make, no agenda to push, no sad backstory. It was just funny.
Okay.
Then it seems Reynolds disappeared for a while, or was in movies that didn't catch my taste. I did catch him in a chick flick or two, and he was really funny then also. It seemed he was grooming to be Deadpool. Everything he did could be seen as a lead-up to Deadpool. Anyway, the show was funny, and a bummer it went off air 6 out of 10.
It seemed his talents that he employed were of the same type that he would later employ to employ his talents.
He was in a chick flick or two. I caught a couple of those. Parentheses, because my girlfriend watched them. And he was pretty funny.
What was that exact term?
He was grooming to be Deadpool. Which is,
yeah. You know what? It seemed like LeBron James throughout like middle school and high school was grooming himself to be an NBA player.
Not only was he hitting the gym, not only was he, practicing, shooting a lot of threes and free throws, listening to the coaches, he was making sure his hair was right for the part as well.
I don't know. It's like he identified some strengths and weaknesses that he had. He worked on the weaknesses. He continued to work on the strengths, and then he continued to employ those in a place where it would make sense to use them.
See, when I do a good job on something and get increasingly more and more lucrative opportunities, I don't accept them, because what if the people that watch me in the one thing don't know me anymore if I take those other things?
Maybe you disappear. Or do movies that people don't see.
Yeah, I think celebrities' powers are, they're tapping into the psyches. The more people thinking about them, the more powerful they are. And Ryan Reynolds has lost a lot of plasma energy he could be firing off into the stratosphere because this guy forgot. Because he only saw him in a couple chick flicks. So is there a disdain to is there a Deadpool disdain, or is it just a matter of fact that he is going to be Deadpool someday?
Sooner or later, all the writing was on the wall.
The inevitability of Deadpool. And, now that we talk about this, I even kind of know the story of Ryan Reynolds wanting to do Deadpool.
Oh?
I forget why, but he was sick in the hospital.
Ooh.
And, couldn't do anything, watch TV and sit there. He was bedridden. And someone brought him a bunch of comics, and Deadpool was one of the comics, and he read it, and he was like, this is great. I want to be this guy on screen.
Mm-hmm.
And it got him to be the guy on screen in X-Men 2 or 3 or Wolverine Origins or wherever they fucking ruined Deadpool. And thank goodness he got to redo it. But yeah, I don't know. The funny, sexy guy in the funny, sexy people sitcom ended up being a funny superhero. Like, what is the statement? What are you trying to tell us, man?
Yeah, the connect is connecting. I don't know.
So I was watching Tom Hanks. This dude was in commercials and stuff, and then he started doing TV, and then he started doing movies.
Whoa.
No, he was in some stuff, and he won an Oscar, I saw. It was like his whole life, he was just trying to do his job that he wanted to do and is known for and is good at. Do you have a review?
I've got an Amazon review for something summary. It's the Bare Butt Camping Hammock. Hammock, camping gear, 2-person hammock, backpacking, tree hammock, double hammock, camping, hiking gear, portable hammock for camping, travel hammock, outdoor. It's a big hammock.
Hammock.
Yeah. We have a review.
Is for 2 people.
Honestly, yeah. But this is like, for sure. Here's a review from Murray. Murray titles the review, "Make sure you have a rope handy to help climb out of this hammock." They write, "This is a nightmare getting in and out of, and the side panels fall across your face, so you are rebreathing the same air all night." It is described as a double wide, and the picture leads one to believe that it is a, quote, wide hammock, but in reality, it is double deep. And if 2 people sleep in it, then they are sleeping on top of one another. This is the first time that I have become suspicious of product reviews on Amazon. 1 star.
In my mind, there are 2 genres of hammock. Hammock... or they could be defined in 2 ways. I'm sure there's more, but there's the camping hammock, which is like a real hammock tied between 2 trees, some sort of strong material like a tarp. And yeah, they kind of like cocoon around you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then there's like the suburb patio hammock.
Yes.
Where it's like a fancy net with like a metal contraption designed just for it. It's got those big long rods to keep the ropes taut and sort of like a platform. But it's not there's a reason you don't bring those camping. They're really not that portable because of the wooden rods that make them big and flat like that. It's just there's 2 different. He wants a different product, is what I'm saying.
I think so. Yeah.
And why I laughed at the breathing the own air. 1, it's relatable because I'm claustrophobic, and that like is one of the things that gets me when I'm like breathing warm air that makes me think I already breathed it. I've freaked out about that before, but I also know that's illogical because people that go like Antarctic camping and got those fucking mummy bags and shit, it's not bad for you.
Yeah, or like. You make little snow, you dig into the snow in the mountains, you don't die.
Right. Yeah, no, it's, you can rebreathe air. The hammock can close around you. You're not gonna die. And I feel like that's such an easy solution too. Just like, there's any number of things could separate make a little crack in the hammock for you if that's what you
pull
need.
a little flap off your face.
So you think they mad that they couldn't bang in the hammock? Is that
Maybe.
what's going on?
I don't know. He's complaining about them being on top of one another. Seems like that would sort of lend itself to some swinging hammock time.
They wanted queen size hammock space. They wanted
just be able to roll across the hammock.
Right. Or you can sleep in the hotel with your buddy, but it's not that weird because the beds are big. It's like you kind of got your own bed. It's just connected to your buddy's hammock. What's cooler than sleeping two in a hammock is sleeping bunk bed hammock.
Ooh, yeah.
Same trees, lapsing over each other.
Get
Whoever farts less is on top. Especially you get a little crisscross pirate cabin hammock situation.
Ooh.
Optimal hangouts.
Mm-hmm.
We got anything you jumped out about this hammock review that I missed?
Oh, yeah, the last line. This is the first time that I've become suspicious of product reviews on Amazon. Like, well, welcome to the internet?
Yeah, I don't know. For one, you should be suspicious of every single thing you read, at least like 1%.
On the internet, yes.
On the internet, yes. And two, just because people disagree with you, you're suddenly suspect of all people? In that you have lots of reason to believe that Amazon is being weird with reviews. But I think you having a different experience with a product, not getting the same thing about a product as everyone else, that's just life. You gotta just take that L.
Mm-hmm.
Like I ain't leaving any 5 stars or reviews for ketchups anywhere. Ain't mean I'm gonna go on a Heinz Amazon page and be like, these fucking liars.
I'm suspicious of all these positive ketchup reviews.
These fucking ketchup AIs are big ketchup is trying to get us.
They have a different experience than me? What? My world can't handle that.
We are the all-seeing eye, you know. Can't see past our own blinking balls. I think that's it for reviewparty.com.
Ooh.
This week. Thanks for tuning in to 209.
Wow.
Big 210 next week. Might be something special too in store for you. The real ones. The elder real ones may know what we're talking about.
You already know.
About that time of the year. But if you're a new real one, welcome. Thanks for making it through the whole episode. So glad to have you. I'd like you to know we got new episodes every Tuesday. That's right. # Tuesday Reviews Day. Going to be in that preferred podcast hopper right in the AM, wherever you are. Unless it's Japan. Japan might get it a little PM, but still, Tuesday, early on. If you want to send in a funny review like Eric, friend of comedy, thank you, Eric. Please send a review, a hyperlink, a screenshot, whatever you got to do to reviewparty.com at gmail.com. Include your name. We'd love to throw you credit for it.
If you want to reach out to us on social media, guess what? It is allowed. Free country. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at reviewpartypod. Nope. No, not there. Just kidding. It was a joke. That was just the comedy's still going. You can find us at reviewparty.com, and on Twitter or X, you can find us at reviewpartypod. You can also find us on our website, reviewparty.com. But there's a lot of things there. But hey, also I should mention, if you're into YouTube Shorts, find us there, reviewparty.com. If you're into reading reviews like we are, Letterboxd, search Review Party. Maybe you'll see a little funny thing there. I don't know. Only you can be the judge. We can't tell you what's funny and what's not.
We can't, you see a review you disagree with on there, feel free to just say that we don't exist. We're probably liars, that we're all a psyop, but at least go there.
If it's not funny the first time, reread it, and maybe it will be the second time. Especially just a picture like, listen for an after the fact, and maybe it'll be funny then.
We just need a little guy in the back of our head going,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do all that stuff Matt said, but if you want to listen to some jams while you do it, I might recommend Nosebleeds. They let us use their song Bread for Breakfast because they're very nice. You've heard it throughout the episode. It's very good. It speaks for itself. They got even nicer tunes over on Spotify. Nosebleeds, one word.
Word.
I got an Amazon review to send us off this week into the wild blue yonder. It is the South Chicago Packing Wagyu Beef Tallow, 42 ounces, paleo-friendly, keto-friendly, 100% pure Wagyu. There's a big bucket of tallow. Steve Cannon titles it expensive but good stuff. And he writes, I like to cook with this tallow. The food just tastes better, and it's supposed to be good for you. It's a bit on the expensive side. You pay a premium price nowadays, not like in my youth, 4 stars. The halcyon days of cheap beef fat, baby.